I will talk more. Just wait. Hold on. You only realize you're the chosen. Okay, we got Black
We gotta
Phone.
queue up all the movies.
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear. Bob's Burgers, I still haven't seen.
We have enough time in between, so let's just one movie a check wouldn't hurt us.
Yeah.
Like especially me because bi-weekly. Do you get paid bi-weekly or weekly?
Bi-weekly.
Oh yeah. So,
yeah. So we can watch two if we want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to keep it to one so that we can limit the. You know what I mean? Keep it interesting for the week. Anyway.
No, yeah, schedule it for the month.
We could just always be talking about a movie. That'd be dope.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yo, the time that he knocked his bitch ass out with the phone and said, "Hey, yo, call the police. Call the police. I'm gonna beat your ass." Imagine our relation.
What's the
Yeah, it's a kid gets kidnapped. By Ethan Hawke, and that's all I know. Like, and there's a phone in his room, and it looks like a basement, and it's just the walls and one door. That's it, and the phone. But I don't know. Other than that, that sounds
creepy.
All right, take her away, Gary.
All right. So apart from all the racism and the movies, welcome back to a new episode of the Unpopular Podcast with us. We don't have a guest today because we're trying to keep it.
This is the crew update.
This is the plan. So I don't know if you guys noticed already the pattern, but it's only been twice since we've done this. So we got
every 3
guests, and the fourth one would be us alone. So we're gonna mainly be talking about how the month went and the foreseeable future. We got some other topics in there, some other shit we can talk about.
Maybe we'll do some hints about who we got lined up.
Yeah. Wait, so next week is 8th, right?
Yeah.
Who is it? You're gonna meet him. It was
beautiful man.
It's a kid. He's hilarious. But the one thing I've always hated about him, I don't know why with me. It was only with me. I guess because he knew it bothered me so much. But we would come out of Jose Marti, and it was me, him, Victor Sanchez, his brother, and our little crew. We would meet up, and this kid would come running up from the entrance of Jose Marti, from the entrance, and they would see him, but they would know what he was gonna do.
Yo,
he was like on the prowl. He was like a lion.
I remember
behind these cars. He would check, and he's like, "Is that Lewis?" And for some reason, he'd come up, run up to me, and slap me in the ass. Like, I don't know why.
I'm telling you, if one of us had like the initiative to be like on TikTok or Instagram at that point and make like clips and edit them, we would have gone viral way back then. Because like that over like fucking Randy Orton fucking oh no like would have been fucking viral. Like, so that'd be, those shits were funny, bro. And he'd push it, yo. Sometimes
he would push it because
all the stories I heard.
But behind him on the street.
So annoying. He was so annoying.
These were genuine sexual harassment.
But like, yeah, I got questions. Did you ever at one point just like?
I wanted to, but he would do it like so quickly that by the time I turned around, he was gone.
Yeah,
because he would do it for the laughs because he knew they would laugh because I would get so pissed.
But that's why it was funny because it was like that shark thing. Dan.
Exactly. Because they
we would always see him from a mile away, and Lewis would never, and we'd just be like, "Yo."
And at one point, Victor told me like Lewis would have a face because he would get used to a pattern. Like, you guys are looking funny.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I go, "Yo, I feel bad." Like at one point,
yeah, like when he noticed some shit was off, and he just
to develop spider sense. That's what's up. You got eyes behind him now.
The trauma.
It was traumatic, bro.
Well, yeah, I like to think I would have punched him.
Yeah, yo, if I had grabbing me in my,
I would have touched like like how in video games someone's like, "Come here, you." They hook you with their arm. I would have tried to.
Me?
No, I props to him. He has more patience than me.
No, I'm joking.
Like I would have been.
I would have done something weirder, probably.
Whoa. Oh
no! He would double down.
Like Wilson?
Yeah, he'd probably kiss you or something. Like this is the level. He was not gonna lose.
Go.
He was not gonna lose.
All right, that's enough about the hint.
Yeah. That's enough.
Let him explain.
It's a very specific thing.
All right.
But we're also wanted to say thank you because we did this month hit officially 1,000 views and 100 hours watch time. So we appreciate you guys for all the support on Spotify, Anchor, and here on YouTube. And we're just gonna keep it up. We're hitting 100 subs soon. We're at 87, and it's only gonna keep going up from here. But we're also gonna be getting new studios.
Bro, we got a new space coming up, man. New, bigger space, and we're gonna have more props up in the wall. We're gonna have some lights,
Yo, we're gonna have some dumbass,
kites.
like ramen cup of noodles humidifier going
Ew.
off in the background. See? I knew at least I get one person.
Ramen cup
Oh, I
humidifier.
bring my speed cola bottle.
Yeah, bring whatever, bro. We
Yeah.
put everything on the center table. We got
I'm gonna have shelves in the back. It'll
Bro.
be dope. Like
That's what's up.
there'll be a 4-drop, a backdrop, and like everything.
I'll tell you, ever since I moved, I couldn't move my pop toys. Like all the ones we have together.
I'm taking them.
We could put them in the back right there.
I'm
Well, you would have doubles for
I'm
sure.
taking 'em.
I know you'd have doubles.
If
You
guys
could take
wanna-
them, but you'd have doubles.
If you guys want to be really extra, each week can be just a reshuffle too.
Yeah,
Oh,
we can
word.
switch them out. Yeah.
The ones we're trying to
And the ones that I own personally, I mean, I'm gonna own all the ones that are in my room anyway. But like, I'm gonna definitely take all the duplicates out of their boxes. Like, that's what those. I think there's 9 over there. But like, we can keep going. Nueva Linea definitely is
Oh,
gonna
fuck
have
yeah.
some fucking duplicates.
at the centerpiece. I was thinking we can get like each of us our biggest one and our best one and put it in the because I have
have them like all facing each other.
I
like
have
a duo.
Shenron. I have Shenron. That was my favorite. So I want to put him.
Is it 10-inch?
Huh?
Is it 10-inch?
Yeah, it's a
That's
fat
dope.
Shenron with all the Dragon Balls around.
All
it.
the, you know, does it have like the
That's stuff.
spirals? and
Yeah,
like,
yo, I'm
like,
telling you, you got to look at it. But
yo,
when we set up, we're gonna help him set up. Obviously, when we set up this new spot, it's gonna look dope. Hopefully,
Unlimited
Yeah.
possibilities. That's
Yeah,
what makes
fuck
it
it.
exciting.
Yeah,
Like, you have
they're
different options and choices for us.
there's so much. Maybe we could do time lapse videos. We're gonna finally get a channel trailer set up, podcast trailer set up on our Anchor. Everything will have a fresher vibe, and it'll be a nice change,
Yeah.
but very welcomed. You know, it's a step in the right direction.
By the way, thank you for people hitting me up, trying to get to help us with like audio shit and stuff like that.
We appreciate it.
Slowly but surely, we're gonna get through that. If you guys ever do want to help us out or collab something in that way,
Yeah, if you guys anyone
Bro.
wants to be on the show,
anybody,
definitely just comment down below. We'll reach out to you, or
Yeah.
we'll find you.
we got look. If you're from Union City, West New York, North Bergen, we got shit in common, bro. It doesn't matter what high school you went to. We grew up in the same area, the same shitty area. Mind you, with Jersey City, I don't know anybody personally from Jersey City, but you want to come over, bro? Come over. I don't know if you're from there, but come
Everybody
over.
be on the Union Shitty.
Yeah, that probably would be.
Funny, but it's a decent. It's been what 3 or 4 months.
Nah.
I think so.
How many
the,
videos
for
we
the
have?
podcast? Like
2 months.
like shorter, no?
2 months.
I don't
This is
know.
we're coming up on our third, I think.
But what episode are we on?
Oh, that's I forgot.
I don't know. I
We're now
think
on
we-
11.
but
This would be 11.
Yeah, so then
2 months.
4 episodes a month. Yeah,
It's 2 months.
that's crazy.
So we're coming up on our third month. This is our third month, which is crazy. And the support has been fucking outstanding.
Everything
bro.
you guys been telling me gets me so like happy. To
Hey,
hear.
man, me too.
Yeah,
bro.
it's
We're
what's
all
up.
a part of something that we didn't think. You know, it's a community thing, and that's what the idea was too. Was like that's why we're inviting people from Union City. I even want to invite new students from Union City. My brother is a little bit opposed to that because he doesn't seem to like the new era, the new generation of Union City kids. But it's like we gotta talk to them first. You know, if you give them a platform to speak, maybe
yeah,
they'll
you
tell
gotta let
you
them
why.
defend themselves.
Yeah, maybe they'll tell you why.
And
They
then
need a lawyer.
and then maybe if there is something wrong with them at the end of the day, you can make that assessment
Yeah.
quietly
Yeah.
to yourself afterward.
Well, like tell them
'Cause
some of the stuff you heard,
Oh,
and
can I?
yeah, you just
Just
you
for
don't know
example,
no
'cause I
names,
don't-
no names.
yeah.
Just,
I don't even know people. I'm in the library. I hear kids like, "Oh, if this girl's pregnant, I'm gonna force the Plan B down her throat." It's like that's why I don't want them there.
Okay, a lot of you gotta remember, a lot of that comes from people just trying to get the shock out of you. Like it's
Yeah.
like,
Nah, this
that-
kid is.
yeah, but you get me like that. People find that amusing. It's funny, but people look for the extremes always instead of
Yeah.
building up to it, which is what you're supposed to do.
Why do I always forget we started in? Sorry to cut you.
No, you're good.
I feel like that's so terrible. Yeah, we started in April.
It's because we also
April 4th.
uploaded on your channel, and that's
Yeah, yeah.
also something we started doing this year as well.
Gotcha.
that
That's probably
length
why I
of
keep
time.
confusing it.
what was the other one you told me today? Something in the
Oh.
library, I think. No,
The
in
name,
the
right? The name.
in the room in the.
I was in the school-based room, and these kids were. This girl's like, "Oh, if I was a boy, my mom said that she wanted to name me Ariel, because that's a boy name too." I had a friend named Ariel,
Yeah.
and then she was telling her friends like, "Oh, yeah, she wanted to name me Ariel," but then my dad said that was a faggot name. And I was on my Chromebook like.
Imagine being a kid hearing that and you say it back to your friend. And that
No,
friend
but like that's the problem though. That area, that's like a safe space where you're
Yeah.
allowed to fucking like vent. You're fucking there laughing. Bro.
By the way, that word he didn't use it in a
No,
bad
he was-
intent. No, just to
repeating,
clarify,
yeah,
he
yeah.
was quoting or paraphrasing someone else's.
No, but it's that's how truthful kids can get though. Like they pick
Yeah.
up on what they hear and see from their parents. So
Yeah.
guess what? When their dad screams "Hey fucker," and then they go in school and they think they're cool, so they want to be like that and go "Hey fucker," and then they all laugh, and then the teacher's like losing her shit because
bitch.
yeah, like that. I remember saying shit once, but because I hurt myself, and that was genuine. If you got hurt, it should be excused. Depending on how old you are, shit is pretty mild. So imagine stubbing your toe, like at the age of 5. Ah, shit. And then you get in trouble for it. Like, that shit's stupid.
Yeah, I think they should just teach you. Like, you don't talk that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there was none of that. It's like, how dare you? You're terrible. Wash your mouth. I'm like, you just got to sit there and take it because you're a kid. Right? It's like,
Well, like,
Yo, but that's when you like go pick up the building blocks and you count your fucking days, Miss.
so,
I'll see you 30 years from now.
so
Let's see where you're
it
at.
sucks, but that is the truth in that. Like, kids are bluntly truthful to their core. This is how they are. And they end up learning with time, right?
And
So it's
yeah.
like,
I think the thing with him is like he's a little mature, just because he has so many older siblings. You know, he knows kind of how to act a little bit. And these younger kids, you know, they might
they
not-
grew up single.
They grew up, you know,
Childhood.
yeah, or not even that. They just grew up in this area where their siblings were probably the same way. You know, you can't blame them. That's why I would like. I told him, tell one of the kids that you know to if he wants to come on or whatever, and we can talk to them, get to know them, what their generation is like. You know, because I don't know a lot of these new kids.
Yeah.
I really don't. And I'm not gonna judge them immediately. Like, you know, there's a lot of Edgars over there, but I'm not gonna fucking, you know, I'm not gonna make that claim and be like, yo, you're a fake, whatever. That's not me.
Yeah.
They're wannabes.
No,
A lot
but
of
it does make sense though, because if he does hang out with you, he's going to be exposed to the same things as you,
Yeah,
just
exactly.
sooner.
Yeah.
Because like it's not something everyone thinks about, but it's like when my older brother was 20 and I was 16, he's like, "You want to drink?" I look at him like, "You
Yes.
forget I'm not your age. Like, what's wrong?" Like, I'm
Maybe
making an
like,
example.
maybe it's the social aspect.
No, I get it. He was teasing me because he's the older one.
Oh,
I
okay.
understood, but I was ruining his joke by being a smartass
Okay.
because he wanted to be funny. But that's just all it is. It's never anything serious. But that's what I mean. Like, imagine I said yes, and he said sure, fuck it. That's not really a good example on him.
No, well, that's not a. But I can't.
Because he's my older sibling. He should know.
I
'Cause
can't
when he
do
was
that.
16, he wasn't offered this by dad.
No.
It was
Found it
his
on the street.
friend.
Yeah.
His friend did it. So why are you coming to me like your friend when you're my brother?
So you think I have a bigger obligation to Riviere than I think?
No, it's more
That's what it sounded like. I was like,
for
"Are
my
you not
brother.
teaching him right?
For my brother than me, that's what it looked like as a
Okay,
kid.
okay.
Until we spoke about shit, and I was like, "Oh, it makes more sense. You're like this because you're your own person." Well, yeah, you know, you got like when you don't speak, you don't know,
Yeah.
and so you assume either the worst or the best. Sometimes, at least that's how I saw it as a kid. A kid that didn't know better. That's just how it was. For you, I see that like way different. Like you want to hang out with him, that's cool, but there's never a let's indulge in drugs and sex and vice. Like at least till he's 18, because you know he's.
That'd be weird because it's your brother.
He's like, yeah, let's go fuck the same bitch. Like,
But
no, I would never.
You say that that's weird, but that kind of exists
Do
here.
bros do that?
Nah, not bros, but
I don't.
the environment here where it's like it's exposure,
Yeah.
where a kid can see the parents drinking and having a party, but they don't see the responsibility.
Yeah,
to
but
see
that's
the
where
fun.
it just comes down to like you are what you are around.
That's true because I know some kids. Because I've been to certain parties where like there's brothers, and they each have their girlfriends and whatever, but they're drinking in the same place. They're smoking hookah and they're talking like, I'm like, oh, don't you want to watch out for your little brother here? He's like 3 years younger than us. man.
and they're like, and they're not even of age. I wouldn't care if they were all of age. You see, I wouldn't bat an eye. But now you say that, it's like,
Yeah, it's one thing if you're not of age
Remember
either.
when we were in high school, that viral clip happened of like that lady that was giving her toddlers like the blunt and like
Yeah.
that was
No, it was a caretaker.
yeah.
this lady
some
left her,
like,
yeah.
and they were just chilling, and she
They
was
were all
like smoking
smoking.
with her friends, and they were giving it to the kids. I was like, and then like she got arrested and everything, obviously. But
Hell
I was just
yeah.
like, yo,
Fuck
why?
that bitch.
Why?
Yeah. Like where's the common sense?
If
Yeah.
you're gonna give your kids anything like THC, CBD, it's controlled and like oils.
Yeah.
Like you could,
You-
the only time I see it excusable is when those kids have Parkinson's, and it
Have
stopped.
they done that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they give them.
Okay,
these
I didn't
little
know
I
that.
droplets.
mean, medicated is always obvious.
Yeah, but that's
Medicated.
you do that. Please, just do that.
Well,
Don't-
I know there are some pills with like controlled like distillate
Yeah, no, the
that
pills.
they give kids. Actually, you're right. I have seen
THC
that.
pills exist too. You can take
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
Pop
and they're
them in.
very, very low dosage, right?
Yeah.
Well, they can be controlled by your not
Well,
by your
depending on
doctor,
how
but
age you are, I mean, how old you are, and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah.
they'll prescribe it according to your body size y todo, so you don't have to
You,
worry
you
about
think
it.
if you like just lie and shit, you just like go to your doctor and be like, it's not. I don't feel it. Like giving you stronger and stronger shit.
Funny enough, I think they know. Like,
You're like, you're a fucking liar.
no, but they'll give it to you anyways. Like
You
know,
sure?
people. Here's the thing: if he went to go get a card versus me, it would probably take him a lot more to get where I get. But he doesn't smoke a lot, so it's not gonna
That's true.
matter.
What's up?
But if he
Random
was
dabs.
if he was doing it consistently like that, it would take him like an ounce. I'm
You're
exaggerating.
crazy.
I'm exaggerating.
I mean, could you imagine? Like, the last time I smoked was like what, like maybe a month ago or something. But it's like, I do it once a month and whatever. But I notice not every high is the same.
Depending on what you
Yeah,
smoke.
because there are some times where I take big rips and I don't feel anything, and there are some times where it's just one bong rip and then I'm floating over here.
So why that happens though is that you probably the other one you're talking about that doesn't affect you as much is because you're not so much head highs. They're for your body. So if you ever not felt slump but relaxed, that's how you know you're high.
And then those other ones where it's one bowl, that's at my house. That's
But
fucking shit.
But those are strong shit,
I
yeah.
like, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and you guys got to tell me from now on if we're gonna get like high. You got to tell me what kind it is. If it's a body high, I'll take it. Because if it's a head high, I have to go slow.
Yeah.
I have to slow down.
I never know.
No, because you don't care. Like you're used to it. Like
No, but I never like. He doesn't tell me. I don't ask.
you want
Be
to
like, yo, bring me this amount.
Yo, but the drug dealers gotta be like, yo, like you gotta know how to sell your product. Like, yo,
Nah.
you don't.
I know the
Sativa.
names and I just research if those names are legit, and then on top of that, what are they? So if they're willing to keep all that accurate based off of names, you can only do so much.
Well, yeah, then that's when we were younger and we were copping. Like, I never asked either.
I mean,
No, but I get it, right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
just looking for the
Or
part.
it's like on that same coin, someone can do the reverse of what you're doing and then use that to name their weed.
Right.
So,
That's what I'm
like,
saying. You can
it's
only
just-
do so much.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like one day, God forbid, someone's gonna lace our shit.
I
God
heard
forbid.
a story of this girl. She works with me. She said that her shit was laced with acid, and she only knew because she has a friend that has done acid multiple times, and he knew it wasn't normal what they were feeling. So she told me, and they drove. She told me she was tripping, like she was seeing shit that she never saw in her life. Yeah, shit like that. She was on nightmare mode.
While you're
and then
driving too. Oh my god, what a heart attack.
She said she didn't know how she got home.
Thank everything that's holy about
That's
whatever
God.
she experienced. Yeah, she's
It's like
safe.
that night that
With
I
the-
drove
with the-
Wilson home.
Well, to be fair, a lot of it was you were also tired. Not only was it that the rain was so abrupt, it was terrible.
It was like everything
Fell out of
collided. Like
place.
everything. Yeah. Not was the weather bad? Yes. Was I inebriated? Yes. Was there
Do you
cops
need-
on the
You
road?
need glasses.
Yes.
So
Was
all
Wilson
of
in the
that,
car? Yes.
all of that plays into account. But like again, he handled it well.
Were my windshield wipers taking off the rain?
No.
No.
And even though even though Victor had to point out that he had to make the move, he held himself collected.
Yeah.
There was no wrong.
I bet you the
You did
car
everything you were
collided
supposed
at some
to.
points, and that's just where it was like
Yeah.
because
But
you're
that-
driving fast on rain.
That where that came in though is where the weed kicked in, where that's where your calmness came from. But he was fighting it. That's
Yeah.
what brings in.
That's where
That's what brings anxiety.
That's where overthinking.
I get
fucks you.
It does. It does. And I would
It's a
say
defeat.
if you guys are ever gonna try drugs for the first not drugs, but weed especially, it's not a hardcore specific.
It's legal and
It's legal
and it's recreational
and it's recreational, So
and medicalized in our state.
if you were to ever use them for the first time, or if you're still using them and you're kind of like feeling iffy about it, let people know, because you need to know what you're fucking putting in your body
Yeah.
in the first place. You need
And
to
if
know.
you do it, especially if you do it by yourself, and you buy something fucked up, no one, and if you're not at like home, no one's gonna find you
Yeah.
until it's too late. And
So
we don't want that to happen. to
no.
nobody.
So please be careful when you're using anything.
Buy from a dispensary.
Yeah. They're gonna open up soon in Jersey. There's some that are gonna open up in Patterson.
There's some that are open in they were like prepped for the day, and they were like, I think it's just certain people because I think we did have a short talk about it, like, but the stores or the businesses themselves have to prove that they have enough supply to serve medicated customers and a surplus to sell
Recreational.
recreationally.
Mhm. That's what I was saying. Like, I would like to open up a dispensary. It's hard, I know, but I
How much
wouldn't.
money do you think you have?
Well, you take out
It'd
loans.
be a business.
30K a day.
You take a business loan.
Especially
Yeah. So let's say
I'm telling you, if you pay me same rate, like 18 an hour, I'll be your employee.
Bro,
See him with garden tools, right?
I wouldn't look. I wouldn't mind if you know how to.
You take out the business loan.
That's what I'll take it out.
I'll be an employee for
Hey,
$18 an hour.
I'm letting you know right now. If you are interested, if any of you are interested in opening a dispensary and you know how to grow,
All right,
you know how to. You know
every day till then, you won't do it. You won't do it. You won't do it.
you know how to
I'ma
grow.
do it.
If you know how to, if you have a plug in California that can get you this, because now you can ship it legally. So
Well, yeah, let's look more into the legal side about it before we start.
no, you
asking
can you
for
no
people
no
to
no no
invest in
no. I mean a
the-
plug as in like somebody that can bring you the stuff from California. Yeah,
I
a
know.
supplier.
We just don't want to incriminate ourselves.
No.
It's
This
so
is all
federally
legal.
illegal.
I'm gonna apply for every license and
Of course.
absolutely
The
take out the
legal
loan,
way.
whatever. But if you guys want to do this, whoever's interested, yo, hit me
Let's
up on
start a
Instagram.
GoFundMe. Lewis's dispensary.
Bro, we'll open it up here in Union City. We'll talk to Brian P. Stack.
The Unpopular dispensary.
We'll talk to
Nice.
I like that. We'll talk to Brian P. Stack personally. We'll be like, listen, Stack, you need one open here. you need one.
He's so against it.
We gotta control it. This is the only way we control it, by having one here, right? We get the kids off of these drugs.
Yeah, and into this store. and then they're out on the streets. They're doing it at home.
Recreationally.
Yeah,
No.
at the safety of their
Safety?
under the safety of their parents.
We would always ask for ID.
Well, I mean, yeah, you as a child, you can't buy it as a child.
There's
you
no
be an adult,
ins-
I'm pretty sure.
there's no-
unless like you have a medical symptom or excuse. I would believe.
And I think you still need your parent for that, and they would have to show up with
Yeah.
the card. Yeah.
Watch some kid walking. I have Parkinson's. Just
He starts
Well,
shaking.
I feel like a lot of it is because it's liability stuff. Like you can't. It's a kid. You can't take the chance. Like, we're
Yeah.
sorry, we need your parent handing us the thing, so they're responsible.
That's
Okay.
why I used to hate that I couldn't buy M games. It's like, yo, bro, you know there's kids my
Yeah.
age playing this game.
And why were they?
You want to know
telling
why they
mom?
got so fucking tight? You want to know why they got so tight? Because they were us grown up. I'm like, yo, I don't want to hear this kid on this fucking game.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's always the people who are most shit though that like playing the most.
That are
Have
trying
you
to
also
gatekeep?
Yeah, I understand if you're a god, like you're up here on the leaderboards. You thought, okay, I can't dispute you. You play the
Yeah,
game all
but it
your
really is like the worst people gatekeeping always.
Yeah, why is it like that one loser at GameStop?
But, like,
the
the
pimples,
two-
yo,
To gatekeep, you have to be very fucking bitter.
Yeah.
Like,
And the only reason you're bitter.
you then disregard the whole objective of the game to fuck me over. Are you serious? Like,
Well, that would happen in
Or-
COD all the time. Like back in the day, people would kill themselves in Search and Destroy, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, well C4, like
Yeah, dude, it
bro,
was-
why, bro? You're killing the game for everybody. I'm trying to get my diamond fucking skin over here."
in Overwatch when somebody types soldier dip and then
Yeah.
get into an argument.
and there was times like where people would unnecessarily ninja diffuse. Would be like, yo, you need to be able to see because there's 4 of them still alive. Like, I don't know. But then it's like, now it's like, what would you have done if there was 4 of them alive after you?
I think ninja
diffusing
diffusing is the best thing anyway.
Yeah.
if you can juke people, break their necks by all means. Like,
But it was like I died to watch this.
I could have done this shit.
Exactly. Like I could have fucking spun in 360s or fucking waited in a corner until everyone else died to try and defuse.
There should just be a whole match where the people just die.
Yeah.
And then that second just
Fucking knife and ballista shield in a corner.
wow.
And they're just like, you can't get me, you can't get me. And then they just pray and hope that they plant a corner or the bomb in a corner so they can just defuse it like that, staring. That's some bullshit, bro. You're
Did
bringing
you-
up a lot of salt from my Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
Lewis made me remember something funny that happened was in the Search and Destroy that C4 thing. If you played the hardcore, I don't know if there's a hardcore variant, but I remember at one point a teammate would do that, throw it in hardcore and kill
And
us.
kill the whole team. Yeah.
So I would be like, oh yeah, pick a load. I would C4 do it first. It was a game of who can kill who first, and then it's like, yeah, you got
got kicked out of the match.
Damn. That used to suck.
Did
Normally, if they did it first and you do it back, and then they do it the second time, they get kicked out.
They get kicked out. You're
like,
right. You're right.
You should be good in the arts.
You
of
both get a
retaliation.
first strike.
Yeah, because then you're just egging them on, and then at that point they just leave first.
Did
But
you
that's
see
bullshit.
that?
That's a waste of a match. Like 3 rounds.
Did you see that Modern Warfare 2 is coming back?
No, I didn't.
It's coming out in October.
Damn.
Yeah, we're gonna buy it, bro. We're
I
gonna get back
can't-
on that
Do
shit.
you think it's gonna be crossplay?
Hell yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because the past games have been, right.
I'm not saying I'm not surprised. I'm just saying we're living in the era of remaster. Back then.
Yeah, no, I'm not complaining. I'm hoping it'll be crossplay so we can play it together.
I just hope it's as good.
Do you think it'll have Warzone?
Probably.
Probably, but Warzone is not even being played as much. Is
No,
it?
I'm making a joke because it's
I
like the
think it's
common thing that people
Probably
complain
still
about.
like top 3 Twitch stream games.
Jesus.
Content creator wise, it's a good thing because it keeps the younger audience glued to the screens long.
Listen, bro, if I had fucking sponsorships paying for my whole battle pass and for every skin that
Yeah, fucking, I
came
play it
out,
too.
I play that shit all the time too.
Fucking Snoop Dogg in the game now. You saw that?
But what people like to argue, the counter argument for that is that these content creators only give a fuck about battle royales and that's it. Like they
Yeah.
really don't care about the gaming
That's how you
industry.
make more
About
money.
yeah, they're only looking at the business side of everything, and it's like, yo, but some of us aren't you.
They love battle royale.
Some of us aren't content creators. You know, not every game is gonna be like they think to do that with. Sorry, you like to work for playing.
You know what they should do? Genuinely, they should just make a story game that's like a battle royale, but make all the 99 NPCs and make them all bosses. And that's it. That's how you gotta play through the thing. And they all have like a fucking territory on the map that you
Like
gotta
the
beat
smite
them all
bosses
one
that
by
you have
one.
on the side?
I guess, kind of, yeah. And I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like battle royales anymore. Like,
Yeah, me neither.
I played this one a while back called Blood Hunt, and you were a vampire, and there was like 8 classes, and the one that I chose was you could project like a ghost of not a ghost but like a wraith of yourself to go somewhere to either dash forward or to retract somewhere. Like if you got into a fight, you could go back. And then the other one was just to heal. But then the passive was like when you went down, you could instantly refresh, so you could use them while you were down. So in this game, instead of when you go down and the timer ends, you die. In this one, you regenerate. You have to confirm your kills with like eating the person because you're a vampire. It kind of makes sense like lore wise because vampires don't die, but the vampire like literally they come up to you, hold you like I hold E, and then you like bite their neck out.
That's
It's
cool.
dope. And it's like the other thing about it is like you know how like Fortnite has all that passive shit that you can do. This one is like there's a bunch of skills that you can level up and reduce a bunch of your cool times if you eat regular civilians, like because there's civilians on the map. But then there's also like certain ones that are like have really good blood type or some bullshit. Like they like highlight
And they give you a
purple.
superpower or some bullshit.
Yeah, they give you like they make your those are the ones that like make your ults stronger or whatever the fuck. And I think it was a dope thing because I saw fucking Shroud playing it, bro. And that's not that it's a bad example, but it's like it's a bad example for me because I know I'm never gonna get that point, like with games like right now. But it's just like this man was like headshotting everybody with a sniper, and like there was like 9 people in a row, and I was just like, yo. Why is anyone else in this game trying right now? Like, I would be looking at the kill feed and I'd just be like, yo, it's time to log off, guys. Let's just re-queue.
Personally, I never fucked with. I liked it for a little bit because we would all play, but right now, the only games I've been playing are just games that I've been playing before. There's just not anything really good out there that calls my.
You want to play Sea of Thieves?
I would, because I would like to play it because I remember it being fun for that. You know,
They
2
had
weeks
a
that we
lot.
played.
They have a lot more shit in.
That's
it
what I
now,
saw,
like-
and it was just I got mad earlier on because we didn't have a fucking crew. I wish we always had the
Joe,
fucking crew.
if me and you play it, I can literally just keep forcing Johan to join us just by saying, "Yo, I feel like One Piece." And then we play.
I wouldn't
Sea of
mind. I wouldn't mind
Thieves.
playing Sea of Thieves. It was always a little fun. It just didn't have that much
And
content.
you have
but
Game
now
Pass, right? So I think it's on there.
I think it's on Game Pass.
So you
It
might be
is,
able to
I have it
join
too.
us.
Yeah.
So we'd be set if we did want to play.
And Elden Ring, by the way. Elden Ring catches my eye, but I just never bought it. I haven't bought it yet. I would like to buy it.
Yo, when I go downstairs, you should put down. They're gonna get a PS5
For The Office. I would like.
Yo,
Wait, why a PS5 though?
because I played Demon Souls on Johan's console. It was pretty dope, and I also want Miles Morales.
I would like to play that too.
When God of War Ragnarok comes out, there might be I know when God of War came out the first time, it was a year in difference with the release date, right? Yeah, so I don't want to wait a year or two to play it on my computer.
Well, how long has it been since these consoles came out? A year and a half, right?
I believe so.
And they're still fucking expensive.
And I think they just announced when the pros are gonna come out. I think in 2024.
Okay, Jesus.
Just for scalpers to take those and do what they did last time.
Yeah, but at least maybe that'll free up the regular ones.
Yeah, probably.
God.
How long is my Xbox One X gonna last? What, like 5 years?
Don't turn it off and on.
I don't know. It turns off by itself.
Oh, yeah.
It does because I fall asleep watching YouTube sometimes.
Oh, that's good though, because you
And
don't
it just-
wake up and turn it back on.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I don't.
Okay, good.
So it just turns off and I just leave it on.
People always say that the worst thing you can do to your device is constantly put it through a constant powering up and powering down thing, because it's always that's when it's working the
It
hardest.
just never does that.
What?
Victor never does that.
No, Victor just leaves it on forever. That's why his is still alive. But one time we got a GameCube. He must have just been born. I was like 5. That GameCube lasted me one day. Turned it on, turned it off, turned it on.
Why?
I don't know. I was just that destructive.
Was the HDMI not working? Could you not see the game?
Back then it was the AV cable.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Component
No,
cable.
wasn't it the RGB?
For
No,
GameCube, no AV.
it was the AV. Yeah. But we had that, right?
I could be wrong. I probably had expansions.
And my sister, she tells me to this day, she's like, what's wrong with you? Like, mentally, to this day, she's like, are you, I remember she told me you would grab my shit and just destroy it. You would take off the clothes off of all my Barbies and rip off their legs and shit. And I was like, I don't know, bro. I was just a kid.
You sound like a boy growing up, just being a boy.
No, but not. You know why this is not normal? I had one of those Leapfrog laptops.
Oh yeah.
My dad bought me one. And you had little games on there, shit, whatever. And I took a bottle of water and I just poured it on. Early on, I thought,
This is fucking.
well, not myself, but looking back at the memories and all that, I must have something. Mentally, I'm not all there. Because even now, I still get, I get emotional too fast when it's when we're arguing or when we're talking or something like that. It's just I've never been all the way there. I wonder why my parents never took me to, what do they call it? Child development.
Because they didn't care.
Yeah, that's true. They probably didn't care.
A lot of it
They had
is more
stuff to
like
do.
they live in an era, right, where mental health isn't exactly something they show to them, so they don't, their minds don't go to that area of thinking, hey, maybe my child's development needs taken care of, maybe he has something wrong with him. No, he's being a shithead, smack. I'm sorry.
Well,
Stop.
My brother, because I know you have, is it ADHD or ADD?
ADHD.
Okay, so my brother is showing symptoms of what what ADHD might be, and I was speaking to this girl on where I work. She's what?
No.
No, not him. No, not him. This girl, she had told me that she was autistic, and I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know, but she was taken to child development, and they diagnosed her as she was on the spectrum. Now, whether she was far off, who knew? But she told me she was actually really smart. She likes reading a lot. She told me that when she got hired at Lidl, that she read the whole handbook.
Yo.
And I was like, why? She's like, I don't know. I'm autism brain. That's what she told me. I was like, why the fuck?
Yeah, weirdly enough,
Yo, those things are
autism.
always 80 pages.
And she read the whole. She read the
Cover to
whole
cover.
thing, cover to cover. She's like,
I feel pain for her because of that.
She didn't care. No, she's like, I enjoyed it. I was like, bro, you are autistic. I think.
Oh my God.
I would not.
You masochist?
No, she liked it, and she
Because
was
it's like a superpower.
because we were talking about mental health too, and she had told me
Aside.
that Lidl gives out 4 1-hour sessions a year for therapy. She knew because she read the book.
Damn, so now you just pull up and be like, yo, how can I get tomorrow off? That'd be fucking, that's crazy. That's funny though, because then you could leave one day an hour early. And
Yeah,
like,
I gotta go to
pay for
therapy,
it.
bro. It's you paying me for it. You're
Yeah.
gonna do it.
You gotta come back with a receipt of the visit.
Are you guys gonna pay this? I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
You gotta pay for my sesh, boss.
It's crazy though that you have to pay to get help.
I mean, you have to pay for everything.
Yeah, but to get help, like, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
To get help mentally, like, that's one of the craziest things. I can't wrap my head around that.
Well, in my head, I see it like this. So if you gotta pay for everything, help would be included in everything. I don't know. I say that because as a kid, that's kind of how that truth
'cause you
slapped
pay-
me in the face.
You pay for like government help by taxes.
That's
Like-
true. Yo, so then where's the government
Help.
well, social work, right? They have social workers, don't they?
I guess, yeah. This.
That they gotta. I think the government has to start something to help people with mental health, because I think that's why they get homeless. That's why people.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, look at these people.
But a
on the
lot of
street,
people
they're talking
like,
to themselves.
and
like,
this isn't me like slighting anyone, but a lot of some people with mental illnesses, a lot of them like there's cases where they run away from home and like they just go missing. Like I know I saw a news story a couple weeks ago of like an autistic child that was left at 13. They found him now years later at like 24
that's crazy.
in front of a gas station, and
He's just chilling.
yeah,
He's just chilling, just
And-
money alone.
and like they just found out who he was after like a couple months, and they just brought him back to his family. And they were like, "Oh my god."
Well, I'm telling you, I just think people need more help, and
There's definitely a lack of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
especially around
but
this area.
we're also like, I
That's
think
cool.
as a society, like everyone's becoming a lot. We've recently become a lot more accepting of it, but that's where like a lot of modernizing things has to come into play, because it's like again, you can look at everything from 20 years or 30 years ago, and the only thing that still looks the same is like classrooms, and like that still pisses me off.
Yeah,
But
they
it's
gotta
like-
change the classroom.
But and they're gonna be like, we did change it. Online learning.
Your classroom is your house. Bullshit.
But yeah, did you see what like Elon Musk tweeted like the other? I think it was today. It was like some shit about like people that got used to like working from home and like that don't want to do shit because of like COVID and everything. You're all in for a rude awakening. Like I'm paraphrasing like very fucking roughly.
No, but the
A lot.
reason why he is though is because the premise is that Elon, to a point, sees that a lot of people are getting too comfortable doing things a certain
Well,
way.
they are. I mean,
And in life, from what I can gather, if you like, your life can be depressing if you got nothing to work for. It's the premise I see a lot of philosophers try to talk about, right? Like
Yeah.
you need meaning in your life for you to actually be happy. If you got nothing going on, you're gonna be sad. You need to find that, right? Like that's always the thing.
but
I keep
that's
hearing.
that's true, because I'm not saying I don't know exactly yet. I'm too young to know what my meaning is or what I'm
Well, that's the
striving for.
point.
Like, you
To
know,
look-
you got to
look-
look for it. But even recently, I've had like my bouts. You know, it's been hard. Like, being an adult is one of the hardest thing I think anybody could do, right? Especially when you have mental and emotional problems that you don't know how to cope with or you don't know how to deal with. That, and I would say for anybody that's growing up right now and you're like 20s or whatever it is, people that we grew up with, whoever you are, if you need help, I don't mind, you shoot me a text, you'd be like, yo, this, and that. I don't mind helping people out because I know I didn't receive that help.
I know a lot of it too is, at least for me, I have a hard time accepting help. Like I would have conversations with Victor, like we would try to dissect why I get certain ways, and when I try to think about it after the fact and tell him, I think I just have a hard time accepting help. I don't go out my way to look for it. But as a kid growing up,
Nobody gave it.
The-
Nobody even offered.
like, I'm not saying my parents didn't do a good job raising me. They did what they can. Like that's the premise anyone can give, right? I don't hate my parents. Like they both worked. Who's gonna have time to raise their kids? 3 at that if they're both working.
Well, that's what I tell him. I tell him the same thing because his thing is like, oh, I hate my parents.
Why'd they have kids?
That's the
Especially
thing.
in the
You can't-
situation they were in.
Here's the thing. Don't worry about that. You're allowed to have those thoughts. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
true.
think them all the time. But Victor has to be the one to remind me. Listen, they came from Mexico. What do you want? Like these
Exactly.
guys traveled from somewhere where their era and mindset was completely different. Came here to give you something better because they saw opportunity. Did it work out the way they saw it? Maybe, maybe not. And I'm not saying it's excusable for the shit behavior they
Yeah.
can sometimes outbring. But this is where we're saying it's like you're not not allowed to have those thoughts, but as long as you can recompose yourself and tell yourself at the end of the day that you're all right, because you're you're supposed to be the next stepping stone of what your family tree is doing. Subconsciously, what our parents like to do to us is bring us down, but again, that's subconscious. It's not an intentional. It's out of love. Oddly enough, it's all
I just never got it. In the situation you were in, you just came from Mexico, had little to no money, had no place to stay, and you're like,
would you be the same innocent little boy if you went through war and came back? I'm not saying it's war, but you got to understand the hardship that might take.
No, I know, but it's like,
That's not the thing. The thing is, like, sometimes you do things just out of spite. Sometimes you do it impulsively. Sometimes you plan it and even sometimes you plan it and it doesn't go well. That.
If you're romantic like Hispanics are, it's never planned.
Yeah,
it's spontaneous.
It is, and it always is. Every one of our births wasn't planned, and I can assure that.
Damn.
that's true.
Every one of our births.
I could ask my parents. It's not a big deal.
Did you guys plan me? Nah, we don't love you.
No, it's not. It's more like we just did it.
We just did it, and it happened.
Hey, honey, I'm pregnant. Yay!
And that's the thing about our types of parents. Like,
That was the tweet. That's what
you were looking for that the
whole time.
We could read it later.
I'll put it up on screen for everyone to see.
Holy shit! It took like 5 minutes,
Send
bro.
it to me so I don't forget what it is.
But what's it called? Our parents, look, if it were any other person, and even this generation, they get pregnant and they're like, I have options. They have options. But our parents were like, nah, we accept the responsibility that it takes to raise this person however we see fit. Now, whether or not they did a bad job, good job, it doesn't matter. They did it. Yeah, but they did it. Could you imagine if they had dumped you on they threw you on a dumpster and we never saw you
in an orphanage?
Yeah. Like,
again, your feelings aren't invalid.
Yeah.
You're allowed to feel that, but it's like you're barking at a wall.
Yeah.
You won't change that in them. Something fucked up and horrible has to happen to them for that to happen.
Yeah, because you got to think like, and this isn't to shit on you.
No.
If he has something that bothers you, like, and you're trying to change him about it, that's uphill battle. You're
setting yourself up for failure because it has to come.
Because it's your whole. On top of that, being your older brother, it's him. It's his personal choices, and that's like me with my brothers. I can't change how my brothers are. Like, they piss me off a lot, but I'm not gonna go and tell them why, because it's been fucking 21 years now at this point. I can't change him. Yeah, now I just gotta live with him. That's it.
I would say
learn to love him.
Yeah, and not only that, don't be afraid to have these conversations. Anybody listening, don't be afraid to have these conversations. Don't be uncomfortable either. Yeah. Because these are the types of topics.
Yeah, because they could fling the door open right now and be like, "Yo, you talking shit?" I'm like, "No, just sometimes you piss me off. I love you.
Don't I piss you off?
Like, like right now, I'm fucking recording and you just barged in."
But that's how it is with family, especially like our family. There are certain cases where people have had it a lot worse than we did, right?
Physically or psychologically?
Physically and psychologically. Oh. Like, our parents, I think, more psychologically have fucked us up. Just because their values are way different, and since they come from Mexico, they only see one thing, and what is that? Work, money.
Yeah.
That's all they want.
You're not a hard
and pride. And pride. No, and that's a big one. Because my dad, bro...
really really strong about it.
Because if my dad was homeless, he would be too proud to ask, like, listen, can I stay at your place for a
he would never do that. He would never. Like, my dad, when he was going through his bouts, his tribulations, like, it took him a while to ask somebody to stay at their place. I know that because he has told us through time, and he's like, yo, you don't know what it's... He always tells us this. I'm growing up now, I'm living on my own. I had to go through that phase where, I lived in my car for a little bit,
First.
I lived with him for a little bit, like, it was really hard. It was really hard, and I had to find my own place. Like, and... when he tells me that shit now, like, I can sympathize because I know what it's like. I know what it's like. You look at it and you're like, oh, but you have to do that. Yeah, you have to do that. But it's like,
part of it gets annoying though because sometimes people use it as an excuse to be a certain way too. I'm I go through it, and at the end of the day, I take a deep breath and go, all right, fuck it, it's over. But then I'll stub my toe and get pissed for that. And then my friends go, hey, Adrian, I'm mad. Why? Ow. Like, it's not about what just happened. Something else just caught my attention.
And that's him. Like, sometimes we're coming here to record the podcast, right? And I'm like, let's go. We gotta go. Like
Again,
Stick it in that.
I don't give a fuck. Like
I get it though. It when I was your age, it was the same thing. Anything I wanted to do myself, I got like that. And it's just a matter of your energy is getting too pent up. You gotta
you gotta release it.
fight him. I don't know. I'm kidding. don't fight him. Like
Yeah,
Let's go to
suplex
the
him.
pocket.
punching bag, like something. Like maybe like not exercise, but do something that gets you wanting to go. Yeah, like fucking run and
Yeah,
just
do something like
Oh yeah, yesterday I was doing Puppy's thing.
yeah. You see, and that
Nothing to
do that. Blast
You
the
were lifting your
Metallica.
dad?
Yeah.
His dad is like, he's
Oh,
doing
benching.
17 reps. And
he's doing good, honey. No, I
like
think
waving in the air.
I'm telling you, I've always wanted to have this conversation, especially with my friends, because a lot of our groups of friends don't like these conversations, and I'm not
What,
like
deep ones?
Xavier gets a little uncomfortable, and it's fine. I get why, and I know you sometimes don't want to talk about it all the time, and I know Victor never wants to talk about it because he doesn't like it. He sees it as like, let's forget about it, let's move on, right? Something like that, I would say. But I think all of us once in a while need to speak about how we're feeling and what our mental state is like.
How are you feeling?
I'm okay.
What is your mental state like?
I don't know. I really
These are
don't.
fake answers.
No,
Already. And he wanted to do it.
No, I mean, but like you
You
gotta look deep into it. And I would say if you're feeling a certain way and you don't know how to get by or whatever, try to
find your inner peace.
but don't go smoking some shit, whatever. Don't go snorting whatever. Don't go to a club. Don't go to parties. Don't try to cope that way because it's not going to help you out. I would say when I was recently going through something, I started drinking again. And it's like, bro, do you really want to drink daily to forget about your fucking problems?
Yeah, I do.
No, I don't.
Well, you gotta remember, not everyone. How do I word this precisely? Not everyone has like
Your mindset.
Well, I don't want to make it that broad because it sounds too broad to say, but in reality, the things you pick up and learn, they're yours and valuable only to you, right? No one's gonna see through your lens unless you can document your life very vividly to them, for them to actually pick up certain lessons. So you can say anything, and someone will just look at you, go, and then go drink
ear out
into
the
their
other.
vice, yeah.
No, I'm
And
not.
those people, unfortunately, like you just like not that you have to leave them behind, but it's more of you have to have tougher love and more patience for people like that. Unfortunately, it's the premise you're supposed to have, but a lot of people are like, "Go fuck yourself. You're a lot of work that no one wants to deal with."
Well, I'm not telling them they should
No,
stop,
no.
but I'm saying like I'm trying to guide people to the right way because I wouldn't want to get back on that vice again.
No,
because I know where it takes me.
I know,
And
but
I
that's why it
hope-
makes sense.
Yeah, and I hope they don't get to that certain level where it's like, damn, I'm just doing this every day to
You
get
do like
cope.
Papa Lewis.
But
Therapy.
but people do that. They do that since high school.
Yeah,
That's why
but
it's
that's the thing.
frustrating.
But that's why I'm saying it's good to open up to have these conversations. And I would say if you have a problem, I don't know who you are or whatever, it could be
You don't know.
fucking
The
Angel,
first
John,
step-
what I'm just pulling out names out of my ass. Whoever you are,
Timothy.
you can hit me up anywhere
Unpopular.
and you can talk. I won't fucking judge. I really won't. I don't care. I've been through it all. I've fucking done the alcohol shit. I've smoked bud. I've been poor. I've been homeless.
Well, would have been funny if he said like I smoked the alcohol and I drink
and I drank the bud.
Yeah, if you said that like that and not corrected yourself, would have been fantastic.
But I've done it all. I don't mind helping whoever needs help out. For real.
No, but that's where again, like when people genuinely have big hearts, they always mean well, right? So it's what's like there's not a lot of that in people for you wanting to go your way and say, hey, look, I don't mind being that open heart, and sometimes it bites you in the ass for being said open heart.
Sometimes, yeah.
That's why I don't bother no more. But that's
But
why
that's
I
why
get
you
bigger
don't
props to
expect
you.
other things from like other people. Like
Yeah,
everyone
I'm
has like their own pace with how they cope.
Yeah,
with
I'm
things and shit.
not expecting like to be like.
Nah,
you
you
know-
gotta have.
No,
everyone
not
in
that
the-
either.
in
I
the
wouldn't-
comments, bro.
I'm just
DMing
saying,
me.
like I praise you. For
No, I'm
that.
not like that. I'm
No,
just saying.
boys, I'm going through it right now.
I'm just saying. Like,
How's your mental state?
if you need help, I would help you out as much as I can. Obviously, I can't
Yeah.
You're not Superman.
solve your problems,
No.
but I can give you whatever advice you need. And if you don't want it, that's on you.
What if they're like, yo, you just gave me a ride to this place?
Where is that place?
No, but what if someone hits you up like, what if you just, I need you to give me a ride to this place?
All right, before or
Just take it
after before or after the gas situation.
If it's like no, listen.
That's
If
Lewis's problem.
it's like rehab, I'd be like, go. All right, I'll take
We'll
you.
take it.
Because you know the purpose of it.
Yeah, because I know. But if you're
That's
like,
good.
I need to go
That's
to
nice.
Walmart and pick up groceries, go fuck yourself. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do
like
that.
unless I pay
You got money
gas,
for
I really
groceries.
don't.
You got money to call Fletcher.
Yeah.
Don't fucking bother me.
Okay, yeah, for real, yo. Get out of here, bro.
No one explain what Fletcher is. Let them figure it out.
That's a UC thing, bro.
Yeah.
Fletcher or Super.
They're super. Yo, well, let's just make this podcast about naming taxi services, bro.
Yo.
Oh damn it, we come on. That's what's
It's
up.
too late in the episode. We're an hour in already.
All right, man. Yo, but it was a great episode. Hopefully, you guys keep watching, bro. And I really appreciate all the love. And I appreciate those motherfuckers that stop me in the middle of the stream, be like, "Yo, I like the podcast." I don't know their names. Not all of them. Not all of them.
Those people that saw you.
No, but like one kid, Jonathan, he stopped me one time. He saw me on 7-Eleven. I fucking dabbed him up and he told me, "Yo, I like what you're doing with the podcast. That's cool." People just hit me up on DM and they're like, "Yo, I like the podcast."
Yo,
and
tell
that.
that kid to talk more. It's annoying.
Yeah, you do gotta talk more. Everybody tells me the same shit. How is it
Yeah.
that everyone?
Start screenshotting them all and give them to him.
Yeah, I was-
at the end of this video.
I don't know, man. Just thank you for everything. Yo, 1,000
tuned for
views,
the guest next
100
week.
hours.
You know,
A lot of
Stay
progress for what we started with.
we're
We're
gonna be
acknowledging.
out.
That's the end.
That shit was ass.